start the drive with Cook. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Hurts. It's caught on the right side at Smith. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On 1st down, Corral. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 11 yards for number 11. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 36, Corral. This is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Harris. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of longer throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to...
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Hurts going to keep it again. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he'll be taken down before they work it across midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
That's well executed there on 3rd down. I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The Vikings had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Corral.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And taken right on the 30. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Hurts.
That is caught by Thielen. They'll get this one down on the 20-yard line, just shy of 20. Even 32 on the play.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as the season is going on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
this offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And this is caught at the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Quiddy Pay able to record his 5th sack of the season. 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
2nd down and goal. Hurts. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Going to do a bootleg. Here's Corral. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Extra point put through by Suckup. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And some room to maneuver.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st down. Here's Corral with it. Caught by Woods. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on 2nd down.
Corral.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Now Corral, 3rd and 2.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. And he'll get this one up to about his 14.
Shaquille Leonard, the all-pro, in on the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 9,
Hurts. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game.
picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Corral going to bootleg it.
He's going to be sacked back in the 23-yard line.
It's Ross Blacklock who earns the sack. Well, that time it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Yeah, great job by our crew on the camera shot. Right when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, that's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So the interception that had him set up in golden shape, but no first down comes of it. And in the end, no points come out.
And Brandon, I tell you, in a sudden change offense, you must capitalize. This is where you can really swing momentum in your favor. But that time, they let him off the hook.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talked about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw here. That'll be complete to Cook. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Here's Corral on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Corral on 3rd and 2. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Corral on 1st down. James has got it. Complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 42 yards out. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get
nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And he's got some space here. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. 61 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Out to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football down. So that was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
That was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And some room to work. And now off to the races, down the right side. 20. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there, get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Colts 7-yard line.
On 2nd and goal, Hurts. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaquille Leonard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Succop's kick is good, and that will knock us off by 10. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long. Corral.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
All right, let's just go and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Justin Jefferson
is 11th touchdown as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point up and good by Suckup, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Corral with it on 1st down. Pass complete. He's got Woods streaking across the field. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Corral to throw on 1st and 10.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Corral with it, 1st down here.
Right side complete, that's Woods. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
On 3rd down, here's Corral. And this pass broken up. And the contact right time there. And now 4th down. Rodrigo Blankenship and the Colts field goal unit comes on.
On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Throwing on second down. Hurts out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Hurts sets up to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
13.
Corral will throw it. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A gain of 39 that time. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking for Ridley on the out route. He's got him. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. He'll try again. And not a whole lot there as he'll get him down at about the 2. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This offense so far on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and goal. Here's James. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. And it'll be intercepted. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Give them 6 points going the other way.
Extra point put through by Sucker, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The